amazing 24 hours that changed the monarchy and ancient British history irrevocably are further illuminated by the revelation of the Queen's death certificate today. The late monarch's death certificate, which was made public by Scotland's National Records on Thursday, states that she passed away at Balmoral Castle at 3:10 p.m. on September 8, more than 3 hours before the rest of the world was informed of her demise. Crucially, the certificate confirmed what was suspected on the day, that some of the monarch's children and grandchildren, including the Prince of Wales, Duke of York, Countess of Wessex and Duke of Sussex, tried in vain to be at the 96-year-old's bedside. They cleared their schedule as soon as doctors expressed their concern boarding a flight at 2:39. However, they didn't arrive until 5:30, which means they likely learned the news while they were in the air. Just after 5 p.m. they arrived at Balmoral in a fleet of cars driven by Prince William. The document was signed by the Princess Royal, who was by her side, as was her eldest son Charles. He was seen flying to Balmoral with wife Camilla, and arrived at 10:30 am. The document raises fresh questions about when Prince Harry was told about his grandmother's death, having travelled separately from his brother William and uncles Andrew and Edward. Harry reportedly found out that his grandmother had died 5 minutes before the public announcement was made. A spokeswoman for King Palisades strongly responded to reports that Harry had received only 5 minutes' notice of his grandmother's dying before it was made public, emphasizing that the public was only told after all members of the family had been notified. The Telegraph was informed by a source that Prince Harry had not been treated any differently than any other member of the royal family, and that on that trying day, the monarch had not been in frequent communication with anybody. The king was insistent that the formal announcement not be made public until every member of the royal family had been notified, according to the source, and that everyone was attempting to get where they needed to be. That was a concerned parent speaking. The Duke of Sussex arrived too late to say goodbye, but a spokesman for the royal family stated at 1:50 p.m. that he would be heading to Scotland. At 5:35 p.m., Prince Harry hopped on a plane at London Luton Airport and headed for Aberdeen. The Duke of Sussex was pictured wearing a black suit and tie as he sat in the back of a car as he was driven to the royal estate just before 8 p.m., 20 minutes after the flight was originally due to depart. He then landed in Aberdeen at 6:46 p.m., just after the news of her death. Rumour has it that Harry and Meghan Markle got into a heated argument, which is why he was running late. The quote, speaking of the illiterate one, her husband could have made it in time, but that hour-long fight between the pair kept him from being there, goes back to a time when Buckingham Palace announced that the Queen had postponed her virtual Privy Council meeting, citing medical advice that did not call for hospitalization. The news immediately sparked new worries. According to reports, the future King Charles III had been visiting his mother on a daily basis. This was concerning for Her Majesty's health, as she had been experiencing mobility problems for several months and had previously cancelled several high-profile public appearances, such as the Platinum Jubilee commemorating her 70 years on the throne. She missed the annual Highland Games, the Broma Gathering, which he regularly attended, and the unannounced visits were seen as quite odd.